Hello, Aquarius, you naughty little devils. How is everyone doing? My name is Jason, and this is Ray of Light Tarot. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing the general soulmate reading for Aquarius for the end of November, November 20th through 30th, 2020. This is the last 10 days of November. I think it's going to be an exciting time for all of the signs. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and your soulmate. The way I do the readings for those of you who are new, I'm going to pull some animal spirit oracle cards to identify the masculine and feminine in your connections. We don't go by Aquarius versus soulmate. It's just masculine and feminine for you and your soulmate, who whichever side you fall on. Of course, they fall on the other side. And then when we pull the tarot cards in the tarot all, we're going to pull first for the soulmate like we always do, and then for you, Aquarius. So let's see what's up, Aquarius. Aquarius. Let's see what's up. Thank you, universe. Thank you, source. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, angels, archangels, my spirit guides and ancestors. Thank you, spiritual team. Thank you, archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Thank you for being my pillars, cornerstones, guides, and protectors. Thank you for helping me to connect to the energy of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and their soulmate for those who are most in need of healing guidance at this time. Thank you for the clear and direct messages for them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Shuffling real quick here. Show me the energy of the feminine first in this animal spirit oracle cards. Some just flew out here. Feminine, one more. Masculine. And the connection. Okay. So the card of the connection is the squirrel spirit. Believe. So this is about having faith, both of you, the need for both of you to have faith in the connection, in this love, because a recurring theme about a soul connection that's been coming up a lot in the readings I've been doing today, especially like a twin soul connection, you know, even karmic soulmates, the love between you is perfect. The lessons are hard, and, you know, the two people in the connection aren't perfect. But the actual love between you, which is where God or source resides, the love is perfect. And it's a time to believe in that. And it's also a time to kind of have patience and hold on to the love you've already experienced. That's what the connection is the guidance for the connection right now, is to hold on to those things and sort of have hope for the future. The masculine energy right now is the bobcat spirit and the peacock spirit. So it's kind of both the accepting for the masculine of the sort of the mystery of where you are right now in the connection, and also for the masculine learning to let your light shine through, right? Be a little peacockish. Peacocks show off a little bit. They pump their feathers up and let themselves show. They fluff it up and shine a little bit, right? So masculines, don't be afraid to show off a little bit. Puff out your chest and say, hey, I'm a catch. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of what you have to offer to the world and to your partner. Because maybe they're not so much appreciating what you have to offer or who you are in this connection and what you can be. So get a little puffed up with a little bit of pride, just enough to sort of say, hey, don't forget, I'm a peacock, baby. I'm unique. There ain't nobody like me, okay? You ain't never had a friend like me. So think about that, masculines. And also for the feminines, you've got the porcupine spirit and the ant spirit. So it's time to have a beginner's mind, like the porcupine spirit says, but also to work together. So what you need to focus on is that you don't, I think for the feminines, it's kind of about the fact that although you may lead the way in the connection in a lot of things, right? You may be a little bit more spiritually awake than your masculine counterpart. You may be a little bit more focused on the healing that it takes and the growth that's required, and be more of a giver in the connection than you consider them to be. But the lesson here is to say, have a beginner's mind. Don't expect that you know everything, and remember that you really don't. And also it's time to be willing to collaborate and cooperate. So let those two words, those two C words, collaborate, cooperate, collaboration, cooperation, let those words really flow through your mind and heart, feminines, because that's what now is the time for. It's a time for collaboration and cooperation. You guys can go so far if you're willing to sort of get past those areas where the ego can get you tripped up. And the ego can so often trip us up when we start to think more of ourselves than we should, less of our partners than we should. So careful with that stuff. Ultimately, it feels like where you're at is a good place. The biggest thing I noticed for the actual connection itself, though, with that squirrel spirit energy, that's kind of an energy not only about, having faith, but it's also an energy of like storing up for winter. So I feel like there might be a little bit of a need to, kind of hunker down and realize that these beautiful connections, the love is perfect, but it also can sometimes take time. Even though the love is perfect, the circumstances may not be right now, and there's other people to consider other than yourself. Okay, that came up really strong in the Virgo reading. All right, so the tarot, here we go with the tarot of it all. Let's see what's going on with the tarot. So yeah, first for the tarot, Aquarius, we're going to pull for your soulmate, and then we will pull for you. So we're starting with the soulmate of Aquarius. Show me the soulmate of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, for the month of November 20th through 30th, 2020. Soulmate of Aquarius. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. One more. All right. Wow, the Tower. So Aquarius, your soulmate is in Tower mode, but it's, ooh, yeah. It's a good, ooh, wow. So, wow, Aquarius, this is probably a twin soul connection for some of you. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. Lots of water energy. There's earth energy here too, but mostly water. Wow, really beautiful, especially Scorpio energy. Aquarius, this is a beautiful connection. If this reading resonates for you and your connection, Aquarius, you are probably on a twin soul journey, because this is strong. Let me just tell you. Your soulmate, Aquarius, if you're in separation right now, whatever they're dealing with is coming crashing down. But don't feel sorry for them, because your soul partner has manifested this crashing down. They've got the Three of Pentacles behind that. They're waiting for this to happen. If it's their home life, if it's their job, if it's something that's kept them from you being in another city because of a job holding them somewhere else, whatever it is, Spirit is saying no more, okay? It's all coming crashing down. But remember, it's for the highest good. It's for the highest good. It's for the good of this connection. It's for their good. It's for your good. The Death card starts this thing out for them. Again, that's Scorpio energy. So if you're an Aquarius and you're dealing with a Scorpio, your soul partner, twin soul, is a Scorpio, this reading is probably for you. Again, it could be also Cancer or Pisces. Lots of water here. Scorpionic energy. What is the Death card, and what is it talking to us about right now? Well, again, it's kind of like a reiteration of this Tower card for me. It's just saying the current energy is not the final energy. Like, this thing is major transition, major transformation, major transactions, a lot of T words. There's a lot of things happening here, and there's not a lot of standing still. There's not a lot of stagnation. So what's happening here is death, rebirth, new life, transformation, right? A cocoon, a butterfly, and a caterpillar to a cocoon to a butterfly. Big changes, right? Transformation, but also transubstantiation, because the substance is changing, right? The substance of the connection is changing, and they're based on the realization that, oh my God, we belong together. Because look, you've got the King and Queen of Cups. This came out for, was it Virgo? It may have been Virgo. Soulmate. This came out in another reading too. Strong connections here. Strong connections. When I see a King and Queen of Cups like this right beside each other, that's a strong connection. You've got them wanting to make movement towards you. The Knight of Cups. So after this period of transformation, of clarity, there's a lot. See, that sword is speaking to me really clearly that they're having a lot of mental clarity. So if someone may have in the recent past been not sure what to do, perhaps they didn't know if they wanted to be with you, perhaps they didn't know if they should be with you. Well, now they know. Now they know. And at this point, they're ready to just move towards you, Aquarius. And the energy, the spiritual energy around this is strong right now. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, and that says to me, Source is working on this thing with y'all. Source is going, okay, let's make this happen. And so I like that. I like the fact that if Source energy is giving you this Ace of Pentacles, what that means is the value connected to this relationship is at a new high, and it's at an opportunistic point for a new beginning to happen. They want to move towards you. The Ace of Pentacles is there. The only thing that could stop it in this case is you blocking it. Don't block it. How do you block something from happening that's destined to happen? You overthink, which throws up blocks. You focus in and laser focus on it. That throws up blocks. Go against your natural desires to focus on something that you really want and focus on something else. Find something. You know, what I tell people is plan a trip to Disney World that week when I'm afraid their focus is going to throw up blockages. Plan a trip to Disney World. Plan a trip to Europe. Do something different, right? Find something. Take up knitting. Do something to shift your focus off this thing and onto something else. Because if your focus is not on it right now, this stuff can happen. And this is what you want to happen. This is a true pair right here. Like, that's a beautiful connection. And look, the outcome cards. I mean, come on now. Y'all, this is your soulmate here. They see the value. They want long-term happiness with you. They want this. And this is someone who didn't want this maybe before, because that death card coming out right off the bat says to me, well, maybe they didn't want this so much 6 months ago, right? They want it now. The next question will be, well, Jason, what changed that they didn't want it 6 months ago, but they want it now? I don't know what changed, but something changed. And it's probably beginning with an experience. Usually, and I can only talk from my own experience, but I know for me, I went from a place of knowing I had an interesting connection with someone, but I was focused on all my other things in my life, to going through a loss, going through a internal transformation, and realizing how strong and what the connection was about with that person, to then being willing really to do and give whatever I needed to make that work. And then finding out, actually, no, I needed to reset and go within and give up what wasn't working for me in my life to make my life work, so that if that's meant to be, it has an opportunity in the future. So there are lots of transformations in there. And that's what I feel like with that death card there for your soul partner, Aquarius. Hey, they have gone through something, and they are going through something that is leaving them utterly clear about what your connection is and what it can be and what they desire it to be. That's exciting and that's beautiful. So don't take that lightly, what they've gone through, okay? Let's see what in turn, and in mirroring or oppositing or matching that, you're doing, Aquarius, on your end of the street. So let's see. What's going on with Aquarius, November 20th through 30th, 2020, in equal or opposite response to their soulmate? Show us, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See? Let's see. Okay. Cards are flying, Aquarius. Two more, one more. Oh. Wheel of Fortune is your current energy. That's a good one. Wow. Beautiful. This is so awesome, guys. I'm so excited for you. Just awesome. Okay. I know you don't, and here's what's amazing, Aquarius. I know you don't feel great right now. I can tell by the first couple cards that came out. So, Aquarius, good news for you. If you've been not feeling so good about things, ooh, it's about to get better. So, Aquarius, I know where you're at right now doesn't feel great. You feel like you're having to end things that you don't want to end, or to allow things to end, or let go of things that you don't want to allow to end, or you don't want to let go of. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here. That's a major arcana. Spirit is saying, let go of that person. If you have an air sign in your life, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, from your recent past that you're having trouble letting go of, let go of them. They're not the one. There's someone else that is your true match. Probably a water sign. Not necessarily, but they're very emotional. Or if it is an air sign and you've been having trouble letting go of the past, you have to let go of the past so that same person can come back around. Whatever applies to you, the message is, let go of that past stuff, because you're blocking the future, which is really, really good. It's really good, guys. Look at this. Okay. Right now, yeah, you're in the Five of Pentacles. That means where you're at, you're feeling excluded. You may be feeling excluded in your actual daily life, in your friendships, in your soul relationship, whatever it is, you're feeling kind of left out. You're feeling like you don't know where you fit in, or maybe you're thinking you don't fit in anywhere right now. That's okay. You're going through this for a reason. There is a purpose to your suffering. That's what I have to say to you. There is a purpose to your suffering, and it's going to lead to good things. Just you have to trust in that right now, okay? And then you've got this Seven of Cups. That means that you may be a little overwhelmed with emotions right now. You may be sort of disconnected from what you're feeling because it's not maybe what you're feeling doesn't make sense to you because you're thinking, I keep looking in these potential, it's like you're looking in all these cups and what's in the cups is not what you expect, which could be that you're trying to date and it's not working out. Guys, people always want to ask in tarot readings from me, like, should I let go of this person and move on? Well, yeah, if you're holding on too tight, you got to let go. But I'll tell you what, if you've met a soulmate or a twin soul, dating's not going to be that fulfilling because no one can compare to that kind of connection. It just doesn't work that way. Connections are so rare that most human beings don't even have those connections. So when you do, it's not that you can't date anymore, but you got to accept, like, it's not going to be that kind of connection where you're right there, This is different. So you're having disappointment and being a little overwhelmed in the emotion department because people aren't living up to your expectations, but also you're not sure what you're supposed to be looking for. And it's all kind of left you confused and out in the cold. That's okay. There is a lesson in that, and it's different for each and every one of you. So I can't really try to go into that, and I'm not supposed to in a general reading. But that's where a lot of you are at right now, Aquarius. Remember, that's okay. What you've got coming is worth the wait. Look at this, 3 of Pentacles. So there's something before you where you're going to see very clearly the start of a long-term committed, beautiful connection with someone you have a soul, potentially twin soul relationship with. So it's like you're almost to that point. So or you may have even seen that already with that person, but then it left you kind of longing. Well, right now you've got to really establish what you value. You've got the 2 of Pentacles. You're kind of in juggling mode. I feel like you may be the one who's in another relationship and not them. Aquarius, if you're the one that's in another relationship, you've got decisions to make. And right now the reason things aren't happening the way you want is because you've got to become more enlightened to who you really are and what you truly desire. You can't go chasing after something if you don't even really know yourself enough to know what's really for you and what's not for you, right? That's a big test for some of us to get to the point where we truly know ourselves, we truly know what's for us, what's not for us, and there's no confusion in between. So you're at this place, and you're gonna be at this place where you're kind of like, do I choose this one or this one, an apple or an orange? And that's the thing. You're comparing apples and oranges. A relationship where you're, in a comfortable home and you're taken care of and things are smooth does not compare to a soul connection where you get to experience your whole raison d'être, your whole reason for being, right? And so if someone's come zipping into your life that could be part of your raison d'être, how can you avoid the raison d'être for something comfortable? You can't. That's like that blows my mind when someone would choose comfort over their raison d'être. It doesn't make sense to me. That is French for your reason to be, your reason for being. And part of your reason for being is a connection like this. You're headed right toward that. You're on a collision course with fate, and it's beautiful, Aquarius. I'm really happy for you. You're on a collision course with fate, and it's exciting. But you're going to have to realize that for yourself here. That's where all this clarity and of abundance comes in, where you're kind of like, and I had to do that too. You kind of sit around for a while and you think, what am I doing? Like, when am I going to get off my butt and do something? Maybe never. I'll just sit around and wait. I don't care what the other person in this connection is doing. Somebody's got to do something. So do something here. Make a choice. Stop juggling peanuts and go for the brass ring. Go for what's truly yours. Because look, as you start to manifest your returns, and you can't do that until you really start knowing who and what it is you truly desire. As you start to know that, in here and in here, then you can manifest, and look what's coming. Victory and union. This is union. This is not just like, oh, we're going to go and get ice cream together and have a romantic walk. No, this is union. This is 2 hearts beating in unison. This is the deep desires of the heart, right? Behind those 2, that deep desires of the heart, right? Looming over the water, and it goes deep. It's not surface. There's nothing surface about this. There's nothing superficial. The only thing superficial is the acknowledgement of your peers and in social areas. And that's just because people need to see that this kind of love exists and that it can win, that it can defy the odds. People in this world, 2020, are broken, full of sadness, darkness, loneliness. They need to see that light shine through. And how do they see it? You to show them the light by coming together in union. Twin souls do that. Twin souls raise the vibration of the planet, but they in very energetic ways, but they also, in very practical ways, raise the vibration of the people who know them and who knew kind of who they were and how and why they were apart, and then see them come together because of how strong and abiding and unconditional and beautiful that love is. And people are like baffled by that. People are amazed because they go, wow, that's almost like a movie. That's like, it's so unbelievable that that kind of love can actually win. And most friends of the twin souls, their friends and family, usually they're like, that person, whatever, because they've seen how hard it is. They know the love is strong, but they only see one side and they see how hard it is and unlikely to work out. So they're like, forget about them, forget about that. But when they see it actually work out, imagine what that does to their spirit. It has the power to not only transform the twin souls themselves into something more beautiful, which happens the minute they come into contact with each other and awaken, right? Their light starts to radiate and rise and shine through. But more than that, it has the power to transform the people around them when they see them. The people around you are transformed most of all when they see the two of you come into union. That's what this card represents. That public acknowledgement, that victory over battle, over doing battle. Spiritual warfare happens here, and this is the result of it. But right now you've got a choice to make. Are you going to believe yourself out of this situation you're in right now, Aquarius? Yes. Yes, you are. I can tell you that. I know the ending. Yes, you're going to believe yourself out of that. Why? Because the love of God, not the love of God, the love that is God, because God is love. The love that is God that's within you and that's within me, it's leading you through this maze, through this trail, through this disaster area of pain and suffering and loneliness and confusion, all of that, and being overwhelmed and trying to balance too many things at once. And it's leading you into clarity, and from that clarity, you're manifesting union with your beloved. And that, my friends, is a beautiful end of November reading. Now, if it doesn't work out perfectly, remember it is working out perfectly. Just remember that it is. Where you are is where you're supposed to be, and what's for you will always be for you. It doesn't stop being for you because you lose faith. You need to reclaim your faith, reclaim your heart, and know that where you're at is not where you're destined to be. You guys have a great end of the month to look forward to, and I wish you the best. If you would like to book a personal reading, the 30-minute and 1-hour readings are $75 and $150. They're available. The information on how to pay for and book your reading is in the description of this video. Just look in the description below the video, and once you send payment for your reading, whether live or recorded, we schedule lives and recorded I send to you, but either way, just in the notes section, put your contact information, and I contact you to either schedule it or to get your information to send you a recorded. All right, and I will be seeing you guys soon. Have a wonderful end of the month. Blessed and namaste.